Hello guys, welcome back. The new iOS 26 is here, and of course it is packed with new features and changes. With these new features and changes, there will be also some battery drain on your iPhone, especially with the initial release, and we have to wait for a few more weeks to get new updates that hopefully will improve the battery life. In the meantime, I will show you guys a few tips and tricks that will help you fix the battery drain issues that you might have on your iOS 26 device. Before we get into all that, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. I've noticed that most of you guys that watch my videos are still not subscribed to the channel. If you enjoy the videos, you find them helpful, and you want to see more of them, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out a lot. First off, we're starting with the update. A lot of people have updated to the betas of iOS 26. It has actually been the most popular beta ever on iOS. Make sure that you're updated to the latest version and you're out of the beta, meaning that you will have to have the RC installed. Even with the RC installed, there is still a new update, which is really interesting what Apple has done. Basically, when you go to the software update page, you will go ahead and turn off the beta updates right here. If you're on the RC of iOS 26, turn them off right here and then go back and you will see an update right here at the bottom. It says also available. You go ahead, go there and update. It is a new build that has been released, but it won't show if you have the betas enabled. Make sure that you disable the betas and then go ahead and update your device to the latest version. With iOS 26, Apple has added a pretty cool new feature on the lock screen for the wallpapers. It is called Spatial Scenes, and you enable it using this button right here. It has that really cool 3D effect on the lock screen of your device. All that motion, all that effect will actually require battery power. Make sure you have that disabled as well. Just tap right there. Make sure you have that line crossed right there on the icon, meaning that the spatial effect is actually disabled for your device. Next up will be the new adaptive power feature of iOS 26. Head onto your settings and then go under the battery settings and then go to power mode. Right here we'll have adaptive power. This is a very useful new feature that Apple has added for batteries on iOS 26. It will basically help your iPhone get better battery life. You can see right here it says when your iPhone's battery usage is higher than usual, your iPhone can extend your battery life by making performance adjustments. Everything, of course, will be done automatically. Simply enable it right here. With a big new release like this, there will be, of course, also a ton of updates for apps. A lot of apps will be updated to better perform and be more compatible with the new iOS 26. What I suggest you do is head onto your App Store, go to your account, and make sure that you have all of your apps up to date. It is really important that you have the latest version of all the apps that you use daily on your iPhone, because at the end, of course, those are the ones that will consume the most battery on your iPhone. Make sure you have all your apps up to date. If you just don't want to bother with that, you can always go to the app section right here and then go to the App Store and make sure that you have app updates enabled under automatic updates. Meaning that the apps will be updated automatically every time there's a new update released on the App Store. When talking about apps, you also need to take a look at the apps that are using the battery the most on your iPhone. Head onto your settings, go into the battery section, and see the list of apps that are using the battery. Of course, you will see here apps that you use a lot on your device. What I'm saying here is that if you see an app here that you actually don't use a lot, but it's still consuming a ton of battery, maybe it's time for you to actually remove that app from your device. Go ahead and just delete it completely. You will, of course, be able to find a ton of alternatives on the App Store because there might be apps that are poorly coded or not proper for your device, and they consume a ton of battery even though you don't use them a lot. Next up, we're moving under the new iMessage app with a ton of new features and changes and the ability to now add backgrounds to your conversations. Those are cool if you use just a still photo, but there will be also animated backgrounds that you can add to your conversations, and those, of course, will consume battery. You can see right here we have one of those that you can set. You can switch between different colors right here. It is cool, of course, but it does consume battery. If you just want to use a background for your conversations, make sure that you use a color or just use a still image that you might have on your device. Next up, we're talking about Apple Intelligence. There are, of course, now a ton of devices with Apple Intelligence from the iPhone 15 series and up. All the devices will have Apple Intelligence, but in my opinion, you should turn it off completely if you don't actually use it. I use it very, very rarely on my device, and that way I don't even need to have it enabled. These features will consume battery. Even when you're not using them, they're working on the background, staying ready, of course, to be used and giving you all kinds of different suggestions. If you don't actually need or use the new Apple Intelligence features, make sure that you go under Settings, go under Apple Intelligence and Siri, and completely turn it off from here. Next thing you want to do is head on to the General Settings. Right here, you will find a section that says Background App Refresh. This one is actually really important, and it has a huge impact on the battery life of your iPhone. Right here, you will have apps that are able to refresh in the background even where you're not using them. We can see a list of apps here. Just go ahead and turn them off. Most of the apps that you have here don't actually need to be refreshing in the background. Just take a look at the list of the apps that you have and just turn off as many as you can. Another thing that will have a huge impact on your battery life is, of course, location services. Under Privacy and Security right here, we have Location Services. I keep it off all the time. Only when I need it, I turn it on. You won't be needing it all the time. Most people won't, actually. Just go ahead and turn it off completely and enable it when you need it. If you want to have it enabled, then go ahead and take a look at the apps right here that do have access to your location. If I go to an app right here, you can see this is the worst configuration you can have. Always allow the location and precise location. This right here is a widget app. I don't really want this app to have my precise location because it doesn't need to. We turn it off right there. We can go ahead and choose here while using the app, and not always. Make sure that you configure these the right way. For a ton of apps, they don't ever need to have your location. Just go ahead and choose Never. The same goes here for System Services. Head on under System Services and then go right here to Significant Locations. Right here, you will have a list of locations that you visit the most. iOS will automatically save them here. What you want to do is just completely turn it off. You can turn it off from here. If you're actually not using location services, you won't have any records here. Even though it might be enabled, like you could see it right here, I had it enabled and I have 0 records. That's because I keep location services turned off most of the time. If you have location services turned on, then make sure to turn off significant locations and roads. Next up, let's talk about brightness.